Everyone has good and bad experiences ordering from a food delivery service. In college, students use these services on a weekly, if not daily basis. Many students, maybe even including you, create certain generalizations about these delivery drivers.
This man, I don't want that. I don't get paid enough for this, man. It's crazy.
Delivery drivers, facts versus fiction.
They don't really care about their job very much.
That's a good 35-year-old who's running in a beat-down car, just trying to live life.
Students who need an easy job, don't want to get free food.
I don't want to be racist or like Mexicans, but
They usually want to be in and out pretty fast. They're always like on a time schedule.
Not very fair.
Not fair at all.
I feel like they get treated fairly.
I think they probably get treated okay, except for maybe around like game times and whatever, because then, I mean, people are always like hyped up and don't really care.
I feel like people don't tip them, they write them out.
Like people usually don't tip them really. I know because they just go $1, $2 and really.
I think you always should. I mean, that's pretty much a situation just like it would be in a restaurant.
I think you should always tip delivery drivers.
The general public seems to think that delivery drivers are not tipped very fairly. However, those that were interviewed said that they personally tip well themselves. According to these statistics, 95% of customers tip their drivers, which can account for up to 70% of their total salary.
One time I called Mad Mush at 2 o'clock in the morning and then I fell asleep, and so when they came to deliver, they were knocking on the door and I wasn't answering, and so now I'm never allowed to call Mad Mush again. They've blocked my number.
One time, I ordered a pizza and they brought the wrong person's order, and then they refused to bring the right one.
So we have heard what the general public thinks. We then interviewed some delivery drivers to find out what the real truth behind their employment life is like.
I think a lot of people think that delivery drivers are generally bad drivers because they're always rushing around trying to get where they're going on time, but really they're just trying to take their time and do the job right.
Just that we're not educated, we're not in college. You know, I'm when I started here, I was working 2 other jobs and I was a full-time college student, and people just don't they don't interpret that, they don't predict that, they just assume that every driver is just has the education level of a 12th grader.
Some people think that they smoke or just are lazy, don't really care about what they do.
Overall, it's on campus, it's really nice.
Being a delivery driver in Lexington, I don't really get tipped fairly because it's a college community and not everybody's got spare change to throw around.
This girl who will not be named works at the Aztec building, and she demands to have her drink not have ice in it, ever. I mean, you can ask for no ice in a drink, but usually it's on the ticket and it's not on our computer thing that we sign out with. So a lot of times you'll see oh, I need a drink, but it won't say that it doesn't have ice in it. So you'll go all the way out there and you'll realize on the ticket that that you're not supposed to have ice. Usually people are pretty understanding about that, but this one lady at the Aztec building, she never lets up about it, and if you forget, she makes you go back and bring a whole new drink for her, and that takes a lot of time during lunch rush when there are 100 other people that want their food, and she's just always, you gotta make sure, and she's just creepy, man. She creeps me out.
In conclusion, delivery drivers are an important part of campus life here at UK. In many cases, they're students here, just like you and me. We have found that the general public makes common misconceptions about the select group of people to which the outcome may have a great effect on their lives. So next time you call a delivery driver, here's a tip. Tip them.